What do you think about 5 million? 5 million rand. If the white paper law pass as a law, it will cost you $300,000. $300,000 to buy the citizenship of South Africa. This is actually 5 million rand. If it's actually approved in 2027, 5 million rand to be a South African citizen. If this law go through, you can only have a citizenship in South Africa by the invitation of the Minister of Home Affairs. Up till now, you can declare yourself as a refugee, being in the country. Coming 2027, you cannot declare yourself being in South Africa as a refugee. You can only declare yourself as a refugee at the entry border post or in the airport, and they will keep you in the camp. That is tough, guys. You can also visit the white paper of this proposal by checking this website. And you know, as a citizen, you got till the 31st of January to give your comment. Give me your opinion below after visiting the white paper proposal. Let me know what you think about this proposal. Is it going to be a good thing for the country if the country adopts this proposal? It's not what is happening, but it's what Home Affairs saying that from 2027 we should implement this.
Subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Fokou Media, wherever you go.
Listen to the information on top this video. Watch it till the end. My name is Alphonse Fokou. See you at the end of this video.
For South Africa, people are no longer going to come here to live. So no one is going to come to South Africa with the idea that I will stay permanently in South Africa. This is going to be a massive impact on this country, and this is supposed to come in effect in 2027. So as the new GNU comes to an end, this should already be in place. A new white paper has been issued today by the South Africa Department of Home Affairs. It's out for comment, and you're supposed to comment by the 31st of January. It's a lot to do with immigration, a lot to do with citizenship, and a lot to do with births and deaths. To naturalize, you have to be invited, and the process is so difficult. If you're an asylum seeker, now they are putting you in a camp, and you can't leave that camp. You have to stay in that camp. If you are in the camps, you have been thrown into a place where you can't do anything, you can't work. Permanent residence has been taken away. So the way that you know permanent residence, it's no longer there. So you don't just stay in South Africa for 5 years and now have permanent residence. That's been taken away. Naturalization has been taken away. So you don't just stay in South Africa for 5 years and then you are a natural citizenship or citizen of South Africa. Marriage, if you marry a South African woman, you don't automatically become a citizen of South Africa. Refugees, you don't just come to South Africa and get asylum and get a job and stay in South Africa. That has been taken away. Birth or citizenship by birth has been taken away. So you don't just give birth in South Africa and then your child is now a South African. All that has been taken away. What is proposed? You are going to have one law which deals with citizenship, immigration, and refugees. So that is going to be one law. And then your work permit, the skills, critical skills visa has been taken away. The general work permit has been taken away. So those no longer exist under this proposal. So South Africa no longer or will no longer have birth certificates which are physically on paper. So when a child is born, there is going to be a record, a birth record which is going to be electronic at the point of birth. So you no longer have to go to Home Affairs to get a birth certificate. So when you give birth at the hospital, they are going to give you a record there at the point of birth. And then for a child who is not South African, they are going to have a foreigner identity linked to their birth. So that is how it's going to work if you are a foreigner. If your parents are both foreigners, you are going to have a foreign identification number. If you are local, obviously you are going to have normal ID, but it's going to be on paper. It will be electronic. So there's going to be an electronic population register. So what they're going to have now is an intelligent population register. So about children, you will now have electronic registration at point of birth. That is for children. But there's no more critical skills permit. There's no more general work permit. There is one skilled work visa. So there's one skilled work visa. The process of becoming a permanent resident is no longer time-based. So it's now by invitation. So I'll take you through permanent residence when we complete the rest. So being a permanent resident is no longer by time. It's by invitation, and it's no longer open the whole year. You are invited by the minister at various window periods to become a citizen or to become a permanent resident. Similarly, for naturalization, there are going to be windows when you can become you can apply for naturalization, but it's by invitation. So it's not something that can just happen by itself. A citizenship advisory panel, which is going to advise on permanent residence and on naturalization. So when you marry a South African woman or a South African man, you won't automatically become a citizen. You are going to go through a more rigorous process of vetting, and then you are going to have, obviously, your permit. You'll be able to get your permit, or it won't be naturalization, but to be a resident of South Africa by marriage. That is still there. Study permits are still there, but you are encouraged to go through the point-based system. So the system that other people who are looking for work are going through, especially if you are going for masters and so forth. Permit or some sort of residence for people that have got 5 million rands. So remember, Botswana has introduced a visa for about 87,000 or 1 million pula. South Africa has introduced a similar thing for 5 million rands. Home Affairs is no longer going to be enforcing the law. The law is going to be enforced by the Border Management Authority, who are now armed. So they're now an armed force. That is the Border Management Authorities. I think this has tightened the laws for South Africa. People are no longer going to come here to live. So no one is going to come to South Africa with the idea that I will stay permanently in South Africa. This is going to be a massive impact on this country. So South Africa is going to be withdrawing from the treaty which governs refugees. So this is what is going to happen, and then they're going to come back with a new approach